Our big exclusive inside details of the key BJP strategy meeting in Delhi. The BJP is eyeing 50% vote share in 2024. Party workers are told focus on new voters and weak seats. But Ram Mandir is going to be the BJP's big political plank for 2024. 3 civilians found dead in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch. The mysterious civilian deaths after the encounter in the district. The government and the army investigating civilian deaths. Now the government announces compensation and jobs for the families of the victims. And MP government is on the brink of bankruptcy. Our special report, how will debt-ridden MP finance welfare? Shivraj Singh Chauhan's government's account books are in the red. MP to take loans to fund its flagship scheme, the Ladli Behna Yojana. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister says there's no shortage of funds. A drone hits a ship with 20 Indians on board, but the crew is safe. The drone attack on a commercial ship off the Gujarat coast. In Bihar, students are lathi charged on campus. The incident caught on camera. Students hurt, they fall in pits, but the police deny. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I am Vedant Agarwal. Our lead story, well, politics is at its peak with the 2024 elections now just months away. Now, the BJP held a key strategy meeting and NDTV has accessed inside details of this top meet of office bearers. Now, party workers have been asked to work in mission mode on war footing with the target set at a 50% vote share going into 2024. Now, while the BJP is looking to work on weaker seats and add new voters, the opening of the Ram Mandir is going to be the Saffron Party's big political pitch. Now, the BJP's mantra for 2024 has been clearly defined by the Prime Minister: focus on women, the youth, the poor and the farmers.
Well, Vedanta, the two things as you just mentioned, they both had imprints of Prime Minister's, pitch. Prime Minister has been pitching for the BJP to get 50% votes in any assembly elections that he has been, campaigning in. And in the coming Lok Sabha elections also, the same thing he has, he has called on the BJP cadre to, make efforts to gain at least 50% votes. So last time, if you'd recall, in 2019, BJP got around 23 crore vote, which came around 37% of the total votes that were polled. If the voters come out in same proportion, then around 70 crore votes are likely to be polled this time. And counting, taking that into consideration, BJP wants that at least 35 crore votes should come to the BJP candidates in the coming election. And that's why the BJP has, BJP Prime Minister asked the BJP cadre to aim for at least 35 crore of votes. That would come around 50% of votes. So that's the first thing that Prime Minister has asked the BJP voters. The BJP's second very important, plank would be the Ram Temple. The next month on 22nd of January, consecration is, Ram Temple is going to be unveiled, and BJP cadre will be asked to, take this campaign, so to say, to each and every household of the country, especially each and every household, Hindu household of the country, and for that they will be asked to, distribute pamphlets, and on that very day, January 22nd, they'll be asked to go to different places in around country and propagate about BJP's plans and what was BJP's contribution in making this temple and making this this dream come true.
Moving now to the other big headline. Well, 3 civilians were found dead under mysterious circumstances in the aftermath of the encounter in Poonch. The government has ordered an inquiry. The government has said that compensation will be given to each of the families of the deceased. Now, further, the government has also said that compassionate appointments to the next of the kin of each deceased will also be something that the government will facilitate.
जिसने कानून का उल्लंघन किया होगा उसको कानून के नुक्ते नजर से उस पर कार्रवाई होगी। हमारे देश का संविधान सबसे बड़ा है। कोई भी व्यक्ति चाहे कितना भी बड़ा क्यों ना हो, अपने हाथ में कानून नहीं ले सकता। सुरनकोट के बफलियाज क्षेत्र का जो मामला सामने आया है वहां के सिविलियंस का, वो काफी कष्ट देने वाला मामला है, दुखदायक मामला है, पीड़ादायक मामला है। इस सारे मामले की जांच के आदेश जम्मू कश्मीर के लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब ने दे दिए हैं।
Well, Vedant, we were very much there when most of these civilians were actually taken into custody by the army. They were taken out from their homes and taken into vehicles and taken into an army camp where 3 have died. There are allegations they have died because of the torture. Well, the post-mortem has been conducted, and apparently what the government says that the legal action is being taken. And army has also said they will also, cooperate into the investigations. And government has also announced a compensation and a job to the families. Why it is important? Because it clearly tells, government says, these people were innocent people. So they were actually picked up, following that attack on army on Thursday. On Friday morning, when we were covering it at Baflias in Deraki Gali, so we could see several people were being, taken for the questioning by the army, and also by police as well, in the police vehicles as well. So now that later in the evening it was found 3 of them have died and more than half a dozen are injured, and injured have been shifted to hospital where they are being treated. So clearly these allegations of torture in the custody following that. Number one, it clearly shows knee-jerk reaction, because fighting such a militancy needs a policy which cannot be just done after an attack. There has to be a policy, recalibrate their strategy to deal with this type of attacks, and there are frequent attacks, and these are not local. Right. They are coming from Pakistan, who according to army are well trained and trained in different countries. And in this attack they had used M4 rifles, US made M4 rifles, and they have used steel core bullets against these bulletproof vehicles. So clearly these are attacks which have been carried out with much preparation by highly motivated militants from Pakistan.
Right.
So according to army, around 25 foreign terrorists are still operating in this area, but it is the local innocent people who bear the brand.
Absolutely.
In this part.
So rising militancy in Jammu and Kashmir, a big concern. Moving now, the other big headline, drone attack on a commercial ship in the Arabian Sea. Now 20 Indians were on board when this drone strike happened off the Gujarat coast. All crew members are safe. This after the Coast Guard established contact. And remember, this incident happened just 217 nautical miles off the Porbandar coast. Now, this happened earlier on Saturday, and after an SOS was issued, the fire was put out because the drone attack caused fire on board the ship. Though the entire crew is safe right now, the ship's operations were affected for a long time. Moving now to news from Bihar, several students were injured in a lathi charge at the V Kumar Singh University in Ara in Bihar. Now, the students held a demonstration on various demands when the governor was on campus to attend a Senate meeting. The protests were led by various student organizations. Many students, in fact, also fell in pits. But what is strange is that the police denied the lathi charge. They said that there was no lathi charge on campus, but there are these visuals of the police as well as the rapid action forces on the ground resorting to lathi charge. In fact, 2 students were severely hurt as well.
देखिए, छात्र ये लोग जुटे हुए थे, अपना वीसी से कुछ अपनी मांगे रखना चाह रहे थे। उसके लिए हम लोग उनको कन्विंस किए कि ठीक है, अपनी जो मांगे रखनी है आप लोग आवेदन अपना दे दीजिएगा। और उसके बाद सब राज्यपाल महोदय अंदर चले गए, और उसके जाने के बाद कुछ छात्र थे जो गेट तोड़ के जो है घुसने की कोशिश की, गेट पे चढ़ गए थे। उन्हीं को वहाँ से जो है धक्का देके निकालने के क्रम में जो है 1-2 छात्रों को कुछ खरोच वरोच आई है, बाकी कोई लाठीचार्ज वगैरह नहीं हुआ। नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। देखिए, उसमें महिला और पुरुष दोनों थे, जो स्टूडेंट भी शामिल थे। हमारी वहाँ देख रहे हैं आप लोग, महिला पुलिस भी है, पुरुष पुलिस है।
So, well, students in Bihar have been protesting over a host of issues, including vacancies at government colleges as well as unemployment. But moving now to the big political showdown in Karnataka. Now, after CM Siddaramaiah's contentious statement to reverse the hijab ban, he seemed to have climbed down from his earlier position. This after the BJP, which imposed a statewide ban on hijab, accused the Congress government of appeasement politics. Take a look.
ये हिजाब हिलाएगा, ನೋ ಹಿಜಾಬ್. ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಈಗ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಆದೇಶ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಈಗ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ಡಿಪಡಿಸ್ಲಿ? ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕತ್ತೀಯ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಪ್ಪ, ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಮಾಡು, ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ?
But a day later, the statement changed.
ಇನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಒಬ್ಬರು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅದನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಈ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಈ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ವರ್ಷ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಅರ್ಧ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ,
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
The piece of clothing that stirred a major controversy in Karnataka last year is back in focus. Women are free to wear the hijab, said the Congress government, a move that was already on its agenda after assuming power in the state. While Siddaramaiah lashed out at the BJP, claiming that latter was dividing people based on clothes and caste, the BJP termed this appeasement politics when the matter is pending in the Supreme Court. In the hijab case, the Supreme Court had delivered a split verdict while deciding on whether the government has the authority to make rules regarding the uniform. The top court, however, mentioned that they would consider setting up a 3-judge bench to take the matter forward.
Siddaramaiah thinks that he is going to consolidate minority votes in this. I don't think that already minorities are with them. And the matter is in the Supreme Court. And there are a lot of problems on hand. And it is foolhardy that this same is going about. And Supreme Court will take cognizance.
Siddaramaiah later clarified to say that the government is still mulling the withdrawal of the order. The hijab row erupted in December 2021 when 6 girls in Udupi's Government PU College were denied permission to wear the scarf in classrooms. It has now become another political issue as a run-up to the 2024 election. With camera person Kumar, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
So, well, that showdown in Karnataka. We'll take a short break now. News continues on the other side. The lift deaths that are rising in the national capital region, and where does the buck really stop? Well, another such incident has been reported in Noida, and 2 people have been arrested and 3 are being interrogated as far as this particular case is concerned. And remember, multiple such incidents have been reported in the national capital region despite the Lift Act having been passed by the Uttar Pradesh government, though after a long delay. But the big question now, where does the onus really lie as far as the maintenance of these lifts are concerned? Take a look at this ground report. In hospital after a shocking end to an office Christmas party. 5 employees of an IT firm in Noida Sector 125 are being treated for injuries, while 1 is in intensive care. The accident happened last night when the lift some IT employees were using in Riverside Tower in Noida crashed down from the 8th floor to the basement. A colleague says the lift in the building is not maintained properly.
बेसिकली कल यहाँ पे पार्टी ऑर्गेनाइज थी क्रिसमस की, तो लोग ऊपर से नीचे आ रहे थे. तकरीबन 7 to 8 लोग थे जो लिफ्ट में आए थे. जब वो लिफ्ट का वायर टूट गया सडन और वो 7th फ्लोर से नीचे डाउन एकदम बेसमेंट में आके गिरे. पूरा किसी का पैर टूट गया है, किसी को बहुत अंदरूनी चोट आई है. लोग तो एकदम बेहोश से हो गए थे. यहाँ पे इसका काफ़ी दिन से प्रॉब्लम भी हो रही है. लोग बता रहे हैं कि मेंटेनेंस का इशू आ रहा है लिफ्ट में.
The latest in the Noida lift crash case is that 2 people have been booked and 3 others are being interrogated. Operational manager, lift handling agencies are being questioned. An FIR has been registered against office company who was responsible for the lift operations. And recently in September, a 73-year-old woman died from falling from the lift. Who is responsible for such incidents and how long will such incidents keep happening is a question.
In the last 1 year, incidents of lift deaths and injuries have been on the rise as the number of high rises in Noida has tripled. The need for a Lift Act has been debated for long. While the Public Works Department drafted a bill 5 years ago, it has finally been passed, but questions on implementation are still being raised.
Charges pay ना करने का कोई question ही नहीं है. It is automatically deducted from our prepaid meters. You know, so that is, you know, on that part there is no delay. But what kind of maintenance or for that matter the security we are supposed to get, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा lags हैं. In fact, बच्चों को भी अकेला नहीं छोड़ सकते because of this only.
I think very soon we need to have some acts, some regulations coming regarding it. Otherwise, there's a lot of laxity from the builder side, developer side, and even the management who are managing the society internally.
Residents in Noida say that strict acts should be implemented in the state to avoid such incidents. They also say that action should be taken against those who are responsible for such incidents. Though the police have arrested 2 people, the question is, will it act as the deterrent? With camera person Mursalin, I am Arpita J. Kumar for NDTV.